Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. Today, we're gonna point out Hugh's humongous neck. The figure in the photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck. Why yes. Wait, what? Does he always have like a thing? No. No. Well yes, I can see right there, but then, are you saying you mean to... Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his collarbone. His collar, not his collarbone. That'd be kind of weird. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination. No, not a chance. That would be a blatant violation of my privacy. You are a disgrace of a man. Now start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off. Yeah, what's the big deal? Now let's see your neck. Guess I have no choice. The fuck is that? Oh my. So where did you buy that neckband, if I might ask? I didn't buy it. It's handmade and there's only one like it in the world. Well, it sure looks like a neckband in the photo. Should we have a... Can you not remove that? It doesn't look like a clip-on. Should we... Yeah, actually, can we go back to that? Doesn't that looks like... There's nothing... It looks like it's just on there. Should we have a photo analyzed? You're one irritating lady. Fine. I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It has nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment's no big deal for a guy with who can parallel park one-handed. Those are two different things. But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school. But when you factor in all that is required to test an apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane? Oh, about that. You see, I'm a genius, so you're 20? Is that what we're going with here? So you know. Objection. Let us dispense with this inane charade, Golden Boy. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't! High school seniors are 19 at most. Thus, they fail to complete the requirements. Oh, you mean the crane requirements? But that doesn't apply to you. Does it, Mr. O'Connor? Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right? No, don't, please! Actually, Golden Boy here is 25? That is hilarious. You're right, Blackwell. He took a 7-year break from school. Okay, so wait, hold up. Hey. Okay, so, wait. Okay, time out. Is this not a high school? It's not a high school. It's a lawyer school. But how would you be a senior at a college type school at 18? Unless you are a genius prodigy, right? Which are very rare. You would have to start very early. So is it a high school or? I thought it was like a lawyer academy, like after high school. Because if it is a high school and you're 25, that's fucking weird. But also, like, how is that even possible? Like, I think even if you get held back, eventually you just get like, hey, go get your GED because you can't come around these children anymore, right? Take a gander at the official school enrollment document. 'Tis all right there. Ah, ow. 25? You mean he's older than me? A 25-year-old high school student? Jesus Christ! It is high school. A 7-year break. 7 years. I've just one thing to say. There are 2 kinds of 7-year breaks. An ordinary kind you mouth breathers take. And the genius kind people like me take. Okay. I know this is like Japanifornia, but I'm like 9,000% sure. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry, something just caught my eye. Oh, that's so fucking dumb. Oh man, I got like a solicitation email. Sometimes when you run a YouTube channel, after a certain while, like a number of subscribers or view counts, you'll get random emails about like, you know, video games, like independent video games, and not even independent video games sometimes, but also other product stuff, like very crappy products a lot, and people like trying to get you to use them as an editor or hire them as an editor. So apparently, I'm not gonna say their name. I'm not gonna be that mean. I should, but no, I won't do that. The email I just got says, "Hi, object. It's like brackets object. I want to edit for you. Hey, object. I've been a fan for quite some time now, and honestly, your object videos are sick. Just wanted to drop in and ask you if you were possibly looking for a video editor. No, I'm good, thank you." What they do is they just use a tool to go through like any channel with a certain amount of subscribers or video counts, and then they just send emails, and they usually use like a bot or some sort of program to replace certain words in their email with the channel name. Honestly, I get a lot of emails that are like, "Dear Mr. Plays" sometimes, because my channel for title was Chronos Plays, Space Plays. It's just Chronos now, but like the URL still is Chronos Plays and stuff like that. What was I doing? Oh yeah, right, high school age. Age limit for high school. 18 to 21, okay. Students enrolling in high school must be younger than 17. Oh, that's weird. So what if you're like 18 and you move? I guess it would depend on where you are. Okay, so 21. That's actually higher than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be like 20 on the dot. But still, that's usually not great.
Objection!
But a genius would quickly become a chore for a 7-year break. Okay. I think you have that backwards. Yeah, okay, good. Even geniuses make mistakes. I just happened to make mine only 7 years in a row. Only Hugh could get away with using only like that. Enough of this jibber-jabber. Suffice to say that Wiss was up there on the crane when he saw the accused dragging the mat. The accused readied all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. That much is clear. I see no need to deliberate that matter further. Considering the body was moved in the same manner of the script, I find Prosecutor Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does the defense care to dissuade me? Only as long as the mat was used to move the body, Junie's gonna be under suspicion. Athena, I just thought of something. What was Hugh doing in the crane right before the mock trial? He could have been on the job at the time. I mean, was waiting for the trial to start. Yeah. Why was he in the crane? Wait, you don't think... Your Honor! Yes, Miss Cykes? I've got it. I got an amazing idea that will turn the prosecutor's claim on its head. A little conjecture has never stopped us before. Interesting. Mr. O'Connor, you were using the crane to move the screen, move yourself, move the body. Move the body! The body was just like it was in the script, so it must have been moved like that in the script too. At least that's what the prosecution believes. How simplistic, even foolish. Sticks and stones? Those are pretty strong words, Athena. You sure about this? The witness is a licensed crane operator, so he could have used it to move the body.
Objection!
Well, Golden Boy, care to chime in? I intend to say no more on the matter. Save that this does not bode well for you. Okay. Wait, he's not on my side this time? Or is this another trap? Watch this! I brought a weapon to court! I can use a bow and arrow one-handed. Wow, that's a crazy level like dexterity. Doesn't really fucking prove anything, but I can even drive a crane with one hand. That's easy. But operating the crane itself is so complex, it requires both hands. Now, I would have the court look at this. It's my jerk-off hand. I hurt it. Oh, please tell me that's a ketchup stain. You wish. My hand was injured and required surgery. Why is it still bleeding, then? This is the reason I kept my hand in my pocket all this time. I've already verified with the hospital of treatment. Quite a nasty wound, that is. So, how did you hurt it? I see no need to discuss that. It has no relevance to the case. 2 hands are required to operate complex machinery such as a crane. Unless you use your feet. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness was incapable of moving the body by crane. Now I'm the fool? I planned on moving the crane the night before the mock trial, but then I get injured. Wanting to keep my part-time job a secret, I had to do it just before the mock trial began. Here, I thought this was the big break that we've been waiting for. It is, because we have proof. Here. But we can't present it yet. Now the defense sophistry is laid bare. Sophistry? Okay. I would have the court recall my claim. The body was dropped out of the third floor window to a mat near the entrance. Maintenance area, whatever. Then a ball cart was used to move it to the stage. See? I've been paying attention. Well done, your baldness. Now consider this. The accused was cited dragging the mat, ergo, it was she who moved the body. Objection! Bullshit! Well, I think you were on the right track, Athena. You do? Yeah, Juniper remains a prime suspect. We assume the body was moved per script. So as defense, you have to figure out how else the body could have been moved. But, is he telling me to think out another way besides the crane? Ms. Cykes, if you have a counter-argument, this court would love to hear it. And if you do not, it is time for a verdict. It's not correct, your baldness.
Objection!
No, not yet. All they do is show that the body wasn't moved like it was in the script, right? That's easy. Well, that would show that the mat had nothing to do with this case. There is a sword of great renown that cuts down sophistic. How do you pronounce that? I don't know. It's not sophisticated. It might be. Sophistic? Is it sophistic? Is it sophisticated? The sophisticated is being auto-filled. I'm going to dictionary.com. Play the audio. Sophistic, okay. That's like sophisticated. Why was my brain having such a hard time with that? I don't know why it's being used. Maybe I should look up the definition that was there. But it's fine. Its name is evidence. There we go. You don't scare me. Force a smile, Athena. You can do it. You put a bomb in his car. That he's actually going back to jail, so never mind. Whose car was that? What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a weird mix of terror and creepy grin. Just focus on how the body could have been moved without it being dropped. How could anyone lower it without just dropping it? It's not like it could fly. Unless it was inside a banner. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the art room and the stage. Someone could have easily used that thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I dozed off there for a second. Miss Cykes, the court would like to see what you have for us. All I have to do is show the tiniest shred of possibility. The mat and ball cart weren't used to move the body. This is what was used. Take that! The key here is the thing that ties the art room to the stage together. Might I propose an idea? It might do well to tie your lips together lest you further expose your ignorance. This isn't exactly the time for black comedy? Prosecuted Blackwell? Anyway, the court will call the wire on which the school banner was hung. That wire was strung between the art room and the stage, which allowed students to run and reel in the school banner from the art room. The body could have easily been lowered down to the stage via the wire. And we got proof!
Objection.
Bloodstain! Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high-tech, this wasn't some kind of high wire act. The body surely would have fallen. Well, unless they actually they also could have used her hands, right? She was bound. Just hung her that way too. If there's no sign of blunt force trauma. Oh, you surprised me, Prosecutor Blackwell. You didn't actually think I'd fail to account for that. I'm sure that's exactly what he thought. Well, what a dick. When you investigated the stage earlier, or yesterday, the bottom part of the school banner had been tied into a pouch-like shape. Pouches are useful for carrying things, like bodies. So what do you think about, what do you think this one could have carried? Well, go on, please explain. The body was bundled into a pouch-like section of the banner and set down to the wire. Whee! The body would have been down on the stage in a flash, and there'd be no need for a mat. I've heard this phrase "carrying the banner," but the banner doesn't. But the banner doing the carrying.
Objection.
I have no patience for you and your cheap parlor tricks. Your claim is as shaky as a corpse performing that absurd high wire act. If you have an actual objection, just come on and say it. I trust you recall the bloodstains left on the art room pottery. If the wire had been used to move the body, it would have been via the window above the quad, the one with the winch. However, the blood-stained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area. Ergo, the wire and banner had not at all to do with this case. Oh? Haha! The blood-stained pottery. I remember that. This doesn't look good. We'll be back to the map theory if we don't do something. There's blood on the fucking banner! I hope you have something better this time than a circus act. If my wire theory is true, then the blood on the pottery must not be the victim's blood. Maybe it's not the victim's blood. Did the police check to see if it's from whom the blood on the pottery came from? Shame on you, Cykes Dono. Have a little more respect for the constabulary. Oh, you fool, Bright! Looks like they didn't check it. Ha! Don't let it get you down, Prosecutor Blackwell. Everyone makes mistakes. Spare me your cheek. We will now know not either way till the test are run. True, but in the meantime, I'm gonna press my claim as far as I can. Your baldness, I demand that the blood on the pottery be analyzed this instant. Of course, it shouldn't take long to get the results back. I actually don't know if that's accurate or not. I know in this world it is, but I don't know how long it takes to do blood tests like that. Oh my, that was quick! We're in history if it turns out to be the victim's blood. Oh, we're history if it turns out to be the victim's blood. Please, please let it be someone else's. It seems the blood was not from the victim. What? Furthermore, the comparison with other parties involved with this case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor. Score! cough. I'm dying. Alright, so this is when we had that anime. They were covered, yeah, they were covered in blood. Could have been his injury that did that, right? As you saw earlier, the witness' left hand was suffered a serious injury. He sustained the wound in a struggle with the victim, and his blood got on the pottery. Then Junie saw his blood-stained hands as they passed each other in the first hall. We're not going to bring that up. It's the only explanation that covers everything.
Objection!
There is but one way now to turn aside her blade, but do not cast the blame on me. Your grudge is with Cykes Dono, for it is she who forces me to expose your secret. Fine, whatever. Wow, how much dirt does he have on Hugh? The court will observe the odd-looking envelope. It was inside this that Miriam Scuttlebutt's script was found. Miss Scuttlebutts? But didn't the prosecution already claim that this envelope is the one that contained her script? Circumstances have changed. You see, Goldboy had hidden this from us. Let's see, my word. Talk about the world's most painful paper cut. That wouldn't be a paper cut. That would be a razor blade cut. Indeed, you can clearly see that this envelope is not open. If this envelope is not opened correctly, a powerful spring-loaded blade will shoot forth, leaving a horrible gash on the hand. And maybe permanent disability, depending how fucking deep that goes. The only one who could have told who had been told the correct way to open it is Constant Court. Read it without my permission. You'll be wish you hadn't. All right. So she's a psycho. Yikes! Mary wasn't kidding when she said that. The blood on the blade is the witnesses. Our genius here tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script and paid for his foolishness. Youch! This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen. I don't think he's a genius. Don't worry, Athena. The wound isn't that deep. We still get the wire theory. Yeah, I've got that. I've got it. Since the blood by the window overlooking the maintenance isn't the victim's, there's no longer any basis for denying the body was moved using the wire in the banner. Because we can just literally check the blood stain on the banner. Therefore, the defense once again asserts just that. You call yourself a lawyer? Don't you see a glaring contradiction in your thinking? Huh? The court would like to remind the witness that his role is not to point out. Huh, and you, how can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? But whatever. It seems you've forgotten the two statues that were outside, on stage directly below the wire. A body sent sliding down the wire would have crashed into them. Can you explain that away? Why, I believe he's right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's how they broke. Huh. What if they did collide? Wait, that's it. Yeah, no shit. Speaking of the statues, we still don't know how they were broken. But if we assume the body crashed into them... Plop plop. That would explain that loud noise we heard while we were in the waiting room. Oh, now that you mention it. You and Mr. Wright went out to the stage after you heard the sound, correct?
Objection!
Interesting. How very interesting, but may I ask just one question? When was it that you heard such a sound? It was a little after the mock trial started. Mr. Wright and I were practically bored to tears in the waiting room when... Ah! Precisely. If that sound you heard did did happen while the body was being moved, that would place it during the mock trial. Oh, which means the body wouldn't have been there before the mock trial started. Saw the body. Yeah, but he's a fucking liar! He said he saw the body before the mock trial, if so, he's a fucking liar though, clearly. You really gonna believe a 25-year-old that's still in high school? Then my claim is that the body was moved during the mock trial doesn't hold water. He doesn't have proof that it was there before the fucking mock trial. Stupid contradiction, gonna get me in our case killed. The focus was on just 3 suches because the body was moved before the mock trial. That has been the major premise thus far. Your assertion, therefore, contradicts the very foundation of the case.
Objection!
Both sides still lack incontrovertible evidence. So, should we not also treat Golden Boy's testimony at the same level of suspicion? Good point. Ugh. Let's get a Blackwell? It's on her side! I bet he figured out the truth behind this case. Well, great, as long as he's not up to something else. The statues were broken when the body hit them. Then Hugh's statements about seeing the body before the mock trial is a big fat lie. Okay, Mr. O'Connor. Let's get to the bottom of this contradiction about when you saw this body. Look me straight in the eye and repeat your statement to me. Like I said, I'm choking myself. Before the mock trial, the body was, you know. I shall only say this once, Golden Boy. You had best tell the truth and do it now. That is, if your head wishes to enjoy the continued companionship of your body. Yikes! Ouch! Now out with it. Did you truly witness the body? Or were you just lying about it? Well, which is it? You what? I never saw the body. Are you sure about that? Lie to this court again and I'll charge you with perjury. There was no body on the stage. I've been lying about this the whole time. I'm sorry. Yes! We've exposed Hugh's big lie for what it is. But why would he lie about this to begin with? Order! The base premise that the body was moved before the mock trial has been overturned. I imagine this has an impact on both the defense and prosecution's case. Well, first I'd like to thank you, the prosecutor. This brings us one step closer to the truth. Now at least we know the body was moved using the Y and school banner. Indeed, that much I shall concede, Cykes Dono. The body was moved, just as you stated, in the midst of the mock trial. So both sides are satisfied then? If the body was moved before the mock trial, we have our three suspects. But if the move took place in the midst of the trial, it's an entirely different story. Right. All three suspects were in the mock trial. That gives them solid alibis.
Objection!
How simplistic. Did you forget about the student in charge of the audio? Amidst the mock trial, she was the one soul who could have left or could leave and re-enter the lecture hall. What's this? Who is this person in charge of the audio? Oh shit! How can I forget? It was... There she is. Indeed, the one who could enter the art room amidst the mock trial to move the body was none other than the accused, Juniper Woods, for she was in charge of the audio. Eek! No! Why, yes, I see. That does make perfect sense. This can't be happening! Instead of exposing Hugh's crime, Junie's in even deeper. No matter how you slice it, we're cooked. Yeah, I thought perhaps President Blackwell was on our side. At least on this issue. The Twisted Samurai strikes again. Twisted? It's more like Dirty Rotten. Your baldness. It is time to put an end to this farce. The prosecution has presented a quite convincing case. But the defense has one last chance to voice any remaining objections. Well, Miss Cykes? Apollo, what are we gonna do? I had nothing left. Nothing, nada. Nient. I've been trying to think of something, but I'm drawing a big blank, too. Poor Junie. Unless we figure out something, she'll be... Objection. Well, I object to... Hold it. Stop right there. All ears to me. It's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor. What are you doing? How did I get that big? You got snots in your nose. Listen, and you will hear the secret behind my perfect crime. All right, well, okay, I will hear that in a second. All right, tell me your perfect crime. Perfect crime? Wait, this is some serious deja vu. Didn't we just go through something like this yesterday? Yeah, we did. This better not be another one of his engaging or enraging traps. The murder, the moving of the body, and the cover-up. It all sprung from my brilliant mind. Well, go ahead and arrest me. The real killer is right before you. Order, I say. Mr. O'Connor. You already confessed yesterday, then early today you recanted your confession. As if you mouth breathers could comprehend my genius. The ends justify the means. Now bow down and kneel. Kneel before my great and maddening intellect.
Objection!
Enough. The only thing maddening is the ignominy you bear to see all. For it is impossible you have been the perpetrator behind this crime. Ah! There is no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi, and you were at a mock trial. And it is silly that I must remind you of this, but you were a participant the whole time. There shall be no mercy if you persist in hindering the trial with your silly little act. You doesn't seem the least bit shaken by Blackwell's threats. Listen, Mr. Prosecutor, calling that a perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honor, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer a further testimony. I will now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection. Use confession. You won't believe this, but I used the body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. This means I didn't almost lose, my body double almost did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I had to run of the campus. In short, I was the killer. Juniper's innocent. I don't think I need to cross-examine that one. I have a question I was hoping the defense and prosecution might help answer. Is it just me, or does the witness's testimony make no sense at all? No, it's not just you, Your Honor. All I got from listening to that was a headache. Yeah, that was just plain weird. Especially the whole thing about a body double. If that turned out to be true, that'd be fucking hilarious. I believe it's not just me, and the prosecution. Your baldness. Summon an ambulance this instant. The witness is stark raving mad. Yes, I think that would be for the best. Now then, let's pretend that never happened. And move on to my verdict. You people don't believe me? It's not a matter of not believing you, it's more along the lines of questioning your sanity. Yeah, the funny farm just called. They want their genius back. Shut your pie hole! The intellect of a genius transcends even logic. Besides, don't you guys have that weird device for testimony like this?
Objection!
Hey, Widget isn't weird! Widget's not weird advice. I don't waste him on ridiculous testimonies. Easy there, Tiger. Think of it this way. We don't want a verdict to be passed just yet. So how about we give Widget a try? Well, against my better judgment, but I'd like to conduct a short therapy session. Because Lord knows that anyone needs it is him. Your better judgment? I'm a judge and it's far beyond mine, yet I find it hard to say no. Prosecutor Blackwell, I trust you have no objections. Prosecutor Blackwell? The prosecutor said rubbish. We will be out on a stroll. Then left with Detective Fulbright. How did they get away with this stuff? I don't know. Then I'll interpret that as meaning he has no explicit objections. Alright, Miss Cykes, you may proceed with your therapy session. I've seen my share of crazy trials. This one takes the cake. His fucking brain just blows up. Fucking just, his head explodes. Okay, so you're very happy here. Still very happy. Stupidly happy. Very anime. Okay. Probe. Yeah. Yesterday you said that you didn't really care about Ms. Woods. Oh, I was just I was just like, I was pretty sure doing a probe on anything was gonna be like, yeah, you're just fucking happy for no reason here. So what's that all about? Yesterday you said that you didn't really care about Ms. Woods anymore. Uh-huh. Yes, well, Juniper reported my secret to press the court. His secret? Oh, the bribe. She wanted nothing to do with me because had disappointed her. That's why I don't care about her anymore. I was never trying to protect her. My confession was always about one thing, and one thing only, the truth.
Objection!
Mr. O'Connor, you feel great happiness in the fact that you might help set Ms. Woods free. So much so that it's overshadowed all your other emotions. What are you... I can hear it clearly now, Mr. O'Connor. The discord you've been trying to suppress. People don't normally feel like that when you confess. Unless they're like fucking out of their mind. So Hugh really was trying to protect Juniper. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Hugh's feeling for her or the real deal. But that means his confession is... Finally figured out the obvious, have we? Why, Prosecutor Blackwell, you're back. That was a short stroll. The confession was naught but lies, save for the part about being in the mock trial. Can we all agree now that the killer is the one in charge of the audio, i.e. the accused? Why couldn't you have taken a longer stroll? No! You haven't unraveled the genius of my body double trick! You can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double? Yes! Yes I do! But if you don't think I didn't... But if you think I didn't, then prove it. Either we quit here, or Juniper is found guilty, or play along with Hugh's delusion. Well, let's go with the least worst choice. But first, let me update my testimony. I don't know if this is least worse. No emotions there. Happy. If you're happy and you know it, slash your hand. If you're happy and you know it, slash your hand. Sad. Mr. O'Connor, the emotion is okay, never mind. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. Okay, so it's not weird that you were sad there. What about sad here? You're less sad here. No. You would imagine it would be weird, though, if you were feeling sadness. Nothing? What about this shock thing over here? No. So maybe nothing? Because you would imagine he would be happy that people knew he wasn't losing. And it was the body double? Yeah, okay. Huh, I didn't almost lose, you say. Very odd. You exhibited happiness the entire time except during this statement. Ugh, you don't know when to give up. Wait, now that I think about it. No, don't. Stop making stuff up. When I left the lecture hall, it was during Professor Mean's pre-trial speech. That's when I moved the body. I then slipped back into just before the verdict. So you're saying you were there the moment your double was about to lose? Yes, I was. And naturally, I wasn't happy when I saw that. In any case, I was at the far end of the lecture hall behind the screen. I figured no one would see me if I came and went through the door there.
Objection!
Cykes don't know. How much longer will you indulge him in this charade? While it's true that none in the audience might see him through either of those doors, the faculty seats are in the balcony are a different story, and have a splendid view. I thought you could do better than that. The lawyer bench is on the right side when facing the front of the hall. I use the door on the right side near the lawyer's bench. That means my movements were only visible to someone into the left balcony seat, but that seat was empty at the time, which is only natural. Why was that natural? No, it wasn't. Yeah, no, that was Professor Means. After all, it belonged to Professor Court, and we all know she was already dead then. Wait, what? That can't be right. An empty balcony seat on the left side contradicts a piece of evidence.
Take that!
I have no idea where this contradiction is going, but I don't have any other moves at this point. Guess we'll just have to follow and see where it takes. You said the left balcony seat was empty, but was it really? I saw it with my own eyes. It was definitely empty. But what about this diagram? According to this, Professor Means was supposed to be seated in the left balcony seat. And if you left the lecture hall during the pre-trial speech, he would have been standing there at his seat addressing the students and faculty. God, no! That can't be right! You do no one any favors by exposing the falsities of his confession. I told plenty of lies so far, but this part is true, I tell you. There was nobody in the left balcony seat. You gotta believe me. Huh. Doesn't seem like he's lying this time. Okay, Mr. O'Connor, let's have you testify again, but this time don't spare any details. If you got it, I'll repeat it as many times as you like. I mean, my ingenious escape act warrants repeating, considering I'm the real killer. All I really care about is whether that seat was empty or not. Alright, so balcony is empty. Second floor is deserted. It's you're angry because we don't believe you, then you're happy. Then you're sad. Okay, why would you be sad in the audio room? I take the powerful status and fear right after you said this part. Is that as you said something you shouldn't have? What's wrong with you? You shouldn't reveal a person's innermost feelings for all to see. You asked for this. It is you who are revealing your inner emotions by the way you speak. Plus, I have a good idea about why you're feeling sad. You're a horrible person. Can't you just leave me be? You said you went through the empty audio control room, but that's not true, is it? There was someone who returned from there once Professor Means finished his speech. And that someone was in the audience, and that someone who was in the audio control room was... I'm assuming Juniper, because that's why you're sad. Yeah, I'm assuming it's Juniper, because you're sad. But I guess we'll find out next time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next episode. Have a great day. Bye.